How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Really good. Just we're here in Pennsylvania at the moment.
Nice, nice. You guys gearing up for Fort Wayne, Indiana tomorrow, which Fear Factory's no stranger to, of course. You guys kind of roll through here quite often, and it's awesome because tomorrow night you're doing an old school set.
Yes, we're definitely doing old school set, because this kind of calls for it, Cavalier Brothers are doing Chaos AD. So we thought that we would do our old set from that time because in 1994, Cavalier took us out on tour. They were called Sepultura at that time.
Yep.
They took us out on that tour. And so we thought we'd do the set list that was the closest to that time. So we're doing a lot of Demanufacture songs because it is the 30-year anniversary of Demanufacture. And we're also doing a lot of Soul and New Sheen songs. So
You know, it's funny because I was just talking to Max earlier, and I was telling him when I got KSID, it came out of a Columbia House. I got like 20 CDs for a penny situation.
you did that?
That's also how I got Soul of a New Machine way back in the day too. So
Wow.
that was my whole introduction to Fear Factory in the '90s. And dude, I was hooked from the get go. So I'm amped for this. I think, Soul of a New Machine, I think is one of those albums that doesn't get the praise it really deserves because it kicks ass.
Yeah, we were just a small band when that record came out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't get a lot of well, actually at the time we didn't sell a lot of the records. So, it's over the years, of course, it's sold a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, we enjoy playing some of those old classics. And we think some of the fans really like it when they hear those old deep cuts from those records.
Oh my God, yeah, because even demanufacture, like I love obsolete. I Fear Factory catalog kicks ass, like it does. Like I'm excited about you guys putting out new music now as well, and we'll get to that. But I mean, you guys have a plethora of albums that you could like, pick and choose the hits from because you have like Lynchpin, and now you've talked about how you can play that live again and things like that. Of course, Shock, Edge Crusher, all that great stuff. But see, you play Archetype sometimes as well.
Yep.
It's really cool that you have all those albums, but it's awesome that you can just focus on the first two. I mean, does that take pressure off, or is it more pressure trying to relearn some of those songs again?
Well, we still kind of go through the catalog towards the end of the set.
Okay.
We throw in a couple of songs from Obsolete, and then we throw in Lynchpin, and that's really about it for as far as anything past the manufacturer.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, because there are people who want to hear those songs still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we're lucky that we've had a very long career. It's going on past 34 years, 33 years, something like that. And we have a plethora of records and a lot of songs to go through. And we're lucky. We wrote some hits back in the day.
Yeah, totally. And one of the coolest things that I mean, this is going old school. One of the coolest things I thought Fear Factory did in the early part of the career, and I was bringing this up to my buddy not that long ago. We were talking about this randomly because we one of us saw the clip on YouTube again. It was when you guys played the MTV Beach House. And you were playing
Yes.
while wrestling was going on, and that was
Yep.
so awesome. I'm like, God damn! Remember when MTV used to be really cool? Like, what the hell? That was awesome.
Yeah, things have changed and everything with streaming and just, a lot of things have changed like that. Yeah, but that was called the MTV Beach Brawl.
Beach Brawl. There we go.
Yes. And it was hosted by Kid Rock at the time.
So
Yeah, and so you had the WCW wrestlers wrestling, and while we played Shock and
yep,
Edge Crusher,
I remember
which was
that. I remember that.
amazing.
Yeah, I remember that. And actually, the first time I saw you, what was that? Ozfest '99, probably. Um, Obsolete
Ye-
had just come out, I believe, and you guys were like headlining the second stage. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure. And then I remember seeing you guys on the tour because then you guys did the old school tour again with like Static X and Dope and all that, a couple years back. But I saw you guys headline that in Milwaukee on that tour too. So man, my love for Fear Factory just goes deep. So I'm excited about seeing this old school set tomorrow. Let's talk new music though. Is the new album completed or it's still in the process?
The new album is 99% completed as far as recording and
Okay.
tracking everything. Right now, we are trying to choose a mixer. We have about four different mixers out there doing test mixes, and then we're gonna choose the right guy, and then we're gonna finish it off.
Oh, I love
We're
that.
gonna, yeah, we're gonna be home. Oh, this is a very long tour. We're gonna be home in November, and that's when, by then we'll have somebody chosen who's gonna mix it, and then we'll finish it from there.
Now, okay, thematically, obviously, we kind of know what to expect for Fear Factory lyric wise and all that. Where would you put this, like the new songs in your catalog? Is there a certain album it sounds more like, or is it kind of just total fresh new ideas and different things going on? Can you get into that a little bit? Does it kind of follow a certain path at all?
Yeah, you're gonna hear some tracks and be like, okay, that's Fear Factory, but then you're gonna hear some other stuff where it's we're using some of the songs we're using the eight string
Yep.
and we tune it down to E, so it's really fucking low.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry about that.
No,
It's
you're
really
fine.
low. And and it's just really fat grooves and it's really cool because obviously a guy like Milo can sing all those type of things. And yeah, you're gonna be hearing definitely some new elements, but also a lot of classic Fear Factory.
Okay, so that's good. So, and the band dynamic is obviously going very well right now, I assume, right? It's a good unit. Everybody's getting along touring and everything. So, we got longevity in this lineup, right?
Well, we've already been touring for 2.5 years,
Yeah.
um, with no new record, by the way.
Yeah, which is
Two and a half,
amazing.
yeah, 2.5 years with Pete Weber on drums, Milo Sylvester on vocals,
Mhm.
and Tony Campos, who's also in Static X,
Yep.
is kind of like the official guy, but he also does Static X, so he kind of goes back and forth. And whenever he's gone, we have Ricky Bonaza on bass, uh, who comes from a band called Butcher Babies.
No, yeah, yep, totally. I
Yeah.
actually saw Static X not that long ago here in town, and Tony was just throwing down like he was back in the day too, man. It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. There was a couple years ago we toured with Static X, and
yep.
Tony was doing double duty.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you guys rolled through on into Fort Wayne on that. I'll never forget. I met you guys.
Yep.
I ran into you guys at Sweetwater here in town, and it was hilarious because I didn't know who Milo was, and I handed him my phone to take a picture of me, you, and Tony together. I felt like a, I felt like a dick. I was like, oh my god, I handed the lead singer of Fear Factory my phone because I hadn't seen him perform live yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I won't do that again because I was like, man, I was just that guy. Like I was that guy.
Yeah. He doesn't care. I've done that too, where I've taken, somebody asked me to take a picture of them and somebody else. I've done it a million times, and he understands.
Yeah. And I mean, just you finding him with his voice, being able to pull off what he pulls off. I mean, was it like a sigh of relief a little bit to be like, oh my God, I found the guy who can actually do Fear Factory the way I need it to be.
Well, that's one of the things that when he joined the band, he wanted to preserve everything that we did before. Everything, all the style that Bert sang. And sing it like the record, sing it like how it was done on the record.
Absolutely.
So
No, and
yeah,
I
it
mean,
sounds amazing live.
yeah, no, and that's what's so good about this because some bands, they have to get a new singer, which has to be one of the hardest. I mean, it's the hardest thing to replace, right? It has to be one of them. Um,
Of
and
course,
some
especially when you have somebody as iconic
iconic,
as Bert
yeah,
and all the records that we created. You know what I mean? Has a
absolutely.
particular sound, and that's something that Milo really understands, and he wants to preserve all that.
No, which is amazing because yeah, you could have brought somebody in who had their own thing going on, being like, "No, I'm going to do it," and it never would have worked, and it would have sucked. So it's really good to see you guys out there. Now, I do have a question about this.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to talk about this. I saw this on the internet today, and I laughed really hard about this porn thing where
Uh-huh.
you're denying that you did porn. Why are people all of a sudden saying you're in porn?
Because I did an interview just over the summer where I've talked about they asked me a question. The interviewer asked me a question and asked me, "Hey, what is some weird questions that somebody has asked you in the past?" And I
Mm,
said, "Well, people have asked me about me appearing in pornos."
yeah.
And I was like, I appeared in a couple of pornos, but I didn't perform in the
Oh yeah,
pornos.
you're just hanging out in the background.
Well, kind of, yes. Not necessarily hang out in the background. It's not, I was not appearing while people were having sex.
Oh, were you like the yeah, okay. And man, an acting gig is an acting gig. And if you didn't have to get naked, who cares? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, a while ago, in the mid 90s, you know, porn and rock were very popular together,
Absolutely.
and they did this thing called Tales from the Road. And basically, I opened the bus door for a scene to be filmed in our bus.
Oh, so you did nothing wrong. Oh, what, man? That's awesome. I thought it was hilarious when I saw the headline. I'm like, wait, Dino has to defend him not doing porn when everybody in 2025 is doing OnlyFans. One of my buddies yesterday told me him and his wife are on it. I'm like, wait, what's your porn name? He's like, I'll never tell you. And I'm like, what? That's not fair. I need to make fun of this shit. So,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. And so that's the whole gist of it. I think the one thing I did is I think I handed a girl, one of the performers, a toy,
yep.
and that was it.
You know,
And so everybody, the internet decided to run with it. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, I thought it was too. I was like, great, great, this
Um,
is great. I'm like, I'm talking to Dino today. I have to bring this up because I think it's hilarious that that was even a headline today. And I was just like, oh my
yeah,
gosh, the fact that anybody would even ask him about this is just ridiculous. But
it's
yeah,
it's hilarious. I think it's funny. I've dated women in the adult industry. Um, and I have a lot of friends who film
yeah,
still to this day. A lot of directors. I live in Los Angeles. It
yeah.
used to be, it was one of the porn capitals of the world. You know what I mean? So you're bound, if you're in metal and rock, you're bound to run into, people who work in that industry,
Oh yeah.
especially in LA.
What's it like to date a porn star? Is that awkward?
No, it's fun.
No, I bet it's really fun. I bet it's super fun. God, if I weren't married, maybe I'd go try to find a porn star, but I don't know if I have time for a divorce. I mean, it's just so expensive with kids and all that shit. But dude, I'm so excited that Fear Factory's coming back to Fort Wayne, rocking Pierre's tomorrow night, doing that old school set, and playing some of the bangers after that as well. But dude, Dino, this is between you guys and Cavalier doing KSAD. I think this is like the perfect night for metal. If you're a metal person, I'm a super metalhead, so. This to me, when this popped on my radar, I'm like, that is a must go, no doubt. We're getting everybody in this town in that goddamn building, and we're gonna just tear it up.
Yes, and we can't wait to be there tomorrow. We love Fort Wayne. We love Pierre's. We love Indiana, so can't wait to get there.
All right, Dino. Thanks so much for taking the time today, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right.
Thank you. Yes.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.